Mr. Moritz Schullerich, who is the president of the Kiel Institute of World Economy, he recently said Germany once bet on Russian gas being a source of cheap energy, and the US always ensuring that Europe would have no security concern. And now Germany seems to have lost on both bets.
Yeah.
What's your view on that statement?
Well, again, we had a deep and meaningful relationship with Russia over decades. The gas was flowing, the gas was rather inexpensive. It helped us to build up the kind of wealth that we have generated over years. And of course, when it then was stopped, all of a sudden we looked at half-empty caverns and high energy prices. Again, the US helped us with exports of LNGs. But it also showcases, in a way, a country has to diversify in energy. Maybe we became too complacent on supplies coming out of Russia. We have technologies that we could have actually generated gas in our own country with fracking. That's what the US does. But it was environmentally not acceptable. We had the best nuclear power stations in the world. And the German society decided against nuclear power. So in the midst of the crisis, we turned off our nuclear power stations, whereas we see countries like France and Finland and others actually building up nuclear power. So in a way, it is ideologically driven, I guess. I'm for nuclear power. I think it's a sensible, carbon-free technology. But again, we have a society consensus going against it. So the government then had to be forced to shut it down. Merkel started that process in 2011. So in a way, it's a problem that, Moritz, who is a friend of mine heading this Kiel Institute, has pinpointed it. That's the economic complacency we had on energy supplies coming cheap. And the second is, of course, security. You know, all of a sudden we have a war at our borders. And the US has been, of course, always been our protector. But now with the Trump election possible, again, we have to look into how much do we want to spend on our security.